Smoking is inhaling the smoke from a lit cigarette or e-cigarette/vape. It is highly addictive due to the chemicals that are in the tobacco, like nicotine. This nicotine is what creates the addiction and keeps people smoking even if they know it's bad for them. There are many reasons as to why people smoke. The first is the social aspect of it. This is because the act of smoking is a very sociable thing to do, especially on nights out or at work. It allows for people to have a chat outside and meet new people who have a common interest, so it makes them easy to talk to. Many people who smoke are not addicted, but call themselves social smokers. This means that they only smoke on a night out or in a social situation. They might do this to feel included, or just because they feel like, or just because they like the sociable side of it. There is also the mental aspect of smoking. This is because tobacco plants contain an addictive drug called nicotine. Nicotine is addictive as it releases a chemical called dopamine in the brain, which is basically a happy endorphin and gives the feeling of relaxation or a buzz of happiness. This is what causes people to become addicted, as they constantly want to get the hit of nicotine to trigger the release of dopamine again. Dopamine also causes the brain to teach itself repetitive behaviors, and with nicotine, it's to keep them smoking for the same effect. The physical effects of smoking can be a rush due to release of dopamine, causing a buzzing to the body, like you have a lot of energy, or a relaxing sensation. The negative effects of smoking include, first off, is the brain. This is affected as smoking increases your risk of having a stroke by 50%, and strokes cause brain damage. So by smoking, you increase the risk of brain damage as well. Your heart is affected as the carbon monoxide in the smoke puts strain on the cardiac muscle by making it work harder. And also the tar causes clogging in the arteries, which affects the circulation of blood and raises the blood pressure in the body. The lungs are mainly affected, as smoking can cause fatal diseases such as pneumonia, emphysema, and lung cancer. 84% of lung cancer patients are also smokers, as told by the NHS. It also affects the stomach, as it weakens the muscles at the esophagus and allows the stomach acid to travel in the wrong directions in the body, back up the gullet. It also causes kidney cancer, and a person's mouth and throat are affected, as it can cause staining to the teeth and gum disease and throat cancer. Smoking is also known to dull the skin, making it look more grey, and weakens a person's bones. And finally, the reproductive and fertility of men and women is damaged. This is by causing testicular cancer and impotence in men, and also reduces the fertility rates in women. Looking at academic literature to do with smoking, a study conducted in 2007 by McMahon et al. Saw them interview 51 lung cancer patients about their smoking habits. It came out seeing that 76% of the patients have retracted the cancer from smoking. Retracted the cancers were smokers, and a further 10% of those were also said to be casual or social smokers. This demonstrates the severity of smoking and its link to lung cancer, as 86% of patients had gotten cancer from smoking, and some did not even smoke that much, demonstrating the high levels of damage it does to the body. There are a lot of influences to what cause people to smoke. One of the influences is society. This is because in many places it was common to smoke, more common to smoke than not. This especially applies through the 1900s and into the early noughties, because of this, many teenagers feel peer pressured into smoking, and therefore starts a chain reaction to them becoming addicted. Also, to accompany this, there used to be countless amounts of adverts for cigarettes being placed everywhere. It was in football programs, TV adverts, sports adverts, and this was a big part of the use of cigarettes with the public because it was made to seem so normal and healthy for you. However, it was discovered that they were bad for your health, and in 2002 the UK banned cigarettes from being advertised, and later on in 2005 there was a ban to cigarette sponsorships in international sport as well. Money is another factor into why people are involved with smoking. This is because for many people from a poorer socio-economic background, they use smoking as a release. This is again because of the sensation it gives to the body. A 2012 study by Hiscock et al. Found that lower socioeconomic status people uh, smoke because of their lack of social support, as well as them having lower motivation to quit. Stress is the body's reaction to change that requires an adjustment or a response. The body reacts with physical, mental, and emotional responses. You can experience stress from your environment, your body, and even your thoughts. Even positive changes can cause stress, like a promotion at work or a childbirth. The human body is designed to experience stress and react to it. Stress can be positive, keeping us alert, motivated, and ready to avoid danger. And stress can become negative when a person faces continuous challenges without relief or relaxation between them. As a result, the person becomes overworked and stress-related tension builds. The body's autonomic nervous system has built-in stress response that causes physiological changes to allow the body to combat stressful situations. This stress response, also known as fight or flight, is activated in the case of emergency. However, this response can become chronically activated during prolonged periods of stress. Prolonged activation of the stress response causes wear and tear on the body, both physically and emotionally. Stress that continues without relief or the long-term effects of stress can lead to a condition called distress, a negative stress reaction. Distress can disturb the body's internal balance or equilibrium, leading to physical symptoms such as headaches, an upset stomach, increased blood pressure, chest pains, and problems sleeping. Emotional problems can also result from distress. These problems include depression, panic attacks, or other forms of anxiety and worry. Research suggests that stress can also bring on or worsen certain symptoms of diseases. Stress is linked to 6 of the leading causes of death, being heart disease, cancer, lung ailments, accidents, cirrhosis of the liver, and suicide. Stress also becomes harmful when people engage in the compulsive use of substances or behaviors to try and relieve their stress. These substances or behaviors include food, alcohol, tobacco, drugs, gambling, sex, shopping, and the internet. Rather than relieving the stress and returning the body to a relaxed state, these substances and compulsive behaviors tend to keep the body in a stressed state and cause more problems. The distressed person becomes trapped in a vicious circle going over again. The short-term effects of stress can be headaches and dizziness, increased heart rate, exhaustion, weight fluctuations, and many more. Statistical evidence for stress being a problem in the UK through a study from Walters in 1993 showed that out of a sample of 356 women, stress, anxiety, and depression were among the most frequently reported health conditions, with 74% of them reporting it.